Savanna, the breath of the wild continent. Beneath Africa's blazing sky, a landscape emerges as the soul of an entire continent, the Savanna, where light and shadow merge into an endless flow, where wind spins dust and grass into swirling currents of life. On this vast stage, nature's greatest stories unfold every day. There is no moment of complete peace. Every movement, every breath, every rustle of leaves signals either survival or danger drawing near. The savanna is known for the Big Five, but its true beauty lies in countless other quiet creatures. Species rarely mentioned, yet essential to the vast web of life. All coexist, bound together by rules shaped over millions of years. At the meeting place of earth and sky, energy flows through every living being, from predator to prey, from tiny grasses to majestic migrating herds. Each species, large or small, is a vital link in the savanna's unique ecological tapestry, a system where life never stands still. When the sun rises above the horizon, the savanna awakens to its familiar rhythm, movement. And within that flow, the cycle of life begins with watchful eyes and footsteps light as breath. Predator and prey, two opposing forces yet inseparable, prepare to continue writing the story of the savanna. In the shimmering gold of morning, faint shapes slip through the grass. Lions, masters of ambush, blend into the earth as if they were part of the landscape itself. No wasted sound, no frantic movement, only the quiet focus of a hunter born to wait for the perfect moment. Far away, a herd of impalas shifts like the wind. They see nothing, but the savanna has taught them one thing. Danger always begins with silence. Muscles tense, ears flicker, ancient instinct allowing them to sense threats that naked eyes cannot see. Then the moment ripens. The lion erupts from the grass like a burst of golden fire against the silent earth. The chase lasts only seconds, but in those seconds, the savanna becomes a stage of life and loss. One impala stumbles, and the balance of survival instantly tips toward the hunter. That rare success is not just a victory for a single lion. It is a meal for the entire pride. It is energy passed up to the top of the food chain. It is a reminder that on the Savanna, every split-second decision can sustain a whole family for days. That is how the Savanna sustains its cycle. Plants feed herbivores. Herbivores feed predators. And even loss becomes a heartbeat that nourishes this vast land. On the Savanna, nothing is meaningless. Every creature exists within a great current of energy that connects the entire ecosystem. The Savanna is not just a grassland stretching to the horizon. It is a finely tuned system where light, temperature, and rainfall weave together like invisible threads to sustain the breath of life. Light is the key. Trees grow in scattered lines, leaving enough open space for shade not to blanket the ground, allowing sunlight to reach every fragile yet resilient blade of grass. Year-round heat and summer rains set the rhythm of life here. With just a few dozen centimeters of water, the grasslands can surge back to life after months of cracking drought. But the Savanna cannot rely on rain alone. Herds of grazers, impalas, buffalo, wildebeest, zebras are its silent gardeners. They trample, crop, and bend the aging grass, triggering fresh shoots to rise and nourishing the entire plant layer. It is this delicate balance between light, rain, temperature, and the presence of every species that has shaped the Savanna as we know it today. An ecosystem built not on strength, but on harmony. A world where even the smallest change can rewrite the fate of the entire landscape. Across the vast Savanna, no species shapes the landscape more powerfully than elephants. Every footprint, every broken branch is like a colossal stroke, redrawing the land itself. The elephant herd follows the guidance of the matriarch who carries the memory of generations. Ancient pathways, hidden water holes beneath cracked earth, and grasslands that once saved the entire herd through long dry seasons. As the largest animals on the continent, they require hundreds of kilograms of vegetation each day. Yet this destruction becomes a source of renewal. Acacia trees re-sprout stronger, and seeds that pass through elephant bodies are returned to the soil in nutrient-rich dung. Dung beetles roll it away, spreading new life across the land. Thanks to elephants, the savanna stays open, able to breathe, and continues to function as an ecosystem in constant renewal. Without their presence, these grasslands would slowly close in, light would fade, and the story of the savanna would no longer be what it is today. When the elephants move on, they leave behind open ground, flooded with light, and fresh grass beginning to rise. And it is then that one of the savanna's most important residents appears, the wildebeest herds. They are the first to take advantage of the young grass reborn from the elephant's footprints. Africa holds the highest density of antelope on the planet, and most depend on the savanna grasslands. Among them, wildebeest stand out as the heart of movement. Every year, more than 1.5 million gnus migrate together along the path of the rains, creating one of the greatest migrations in the natural world. Moving in massive herds is the key to survival. Within the sea of moving bodies, each individual is shielded from the claws of lions and hyenas. The gnu become a single unified force, powerful yet fragile in that shared rhythm. But even within that safety, peace is only a fragile shell. With a single mistimed glance, two male gnus charge at each other, contesting leadership, the right to pass on their bloodline, the chance to carve their names into the savanna's instinct for survival. No roar, no warning. They circle, clash, pull back, then charge again, as if the land itself were tightening around their struggle. Between the two, survival remains an unforgiving contest, where only the more resilient earns the right to continue with the Great Migration. When the dust settles and the confrontation ends, the herd's movement pulls the two rivals back into the shared current. Within that sea of bodies stretching to the horizon, every individual, winner or loser, merges into an unstoppable journey. They move on, as if the savanna itself were urging them forward, toward lands where life and danger always travel side by side at the edge of the horizon. Giraffe. soul of Luangwa. Dawn opens over the Luangwa Valley. Golden light pours through a veil of thin mist. In that quiet scene, Nalia appears, tall and unhurried, like a piece of sky walking among the golden grass. With every movement she makes, the world seems to fall silent, leaving only the heartbeat of the savanna. Amid the low-lying world of the grasslands, Nalia is the only one who touches the sky. Nearly 6 meters tall, she sees farther, sensing migration paths and shifting winds. For her, height is not just an advantage, it is a way to understand the vast world beneath her feet. With a neck nearly 2 meters long, when Nalia lowers her head to drink, she must spread her legs wide. Blood rushes toward her head, but within her neck, a finely tuned vascular system keeps everything in balance. Between gravity and light, Nalia exists as a symbol of perfect equilibrium. No other species can do this. From her high vantage point, Nalia's eyes sweep across the vast plains. She spots hyenas slipping through the grass and antelope herds moving in the distance. That watchful gaze reassures the entire tower. In the wild world, she is the quiet lookout of Luangwa's sky. Beneath the acacia canopy, Nalia stretches her neck, her tongue nearly 50 centimeters long, curling around tender leaves among sharp thorns. Her tongue is dark purple-black, sun-resistant and rich in antibacterial enzymes. She feeds slowly, each movement as gentle as a ritual in the midday heat, the wind blending with her breath. Across Nalia's skin lie countless soft brown patches, each one a unique map. Beneath them runs a network of blood vessels that regulates heat, opening in warmth, tightening in cold. Her body knows how to listen to the weather. Every subtle change in the world is recorded on that living canvas. Oxpecker birds land on Nalia's back, picking ticks from her thick coat. She stands still, eyes half closed, letting nature tend to her. In the dry savanna, this symbiosis is a rare symbol of trust and harmony. When the oxpeckers depart, their final calls dissolve into the quiet air. Nalia gently lifts her head, ears turning toward the distance, where 2 male giraffes approach through a haze of dust. She steps forward softly, pauses for a moment, then slowly moves away, yielding space for the contest about to unfold. The 2 male giraffes draw closer, their necks rising in the slanted sunlight. They circle slowly, each step measuring the other with ancient calm. Then suddenly, their necks collide, the sound echoing across the open plain. dust settles, and the space returns to silence. The two males stand apart, their breathing still heavy, but their gazes softened. In the gentle light of the afternoon, Nalia steps forward. Life continues, in silence and in a quiet respect that only nature understands. Nalia moves across the grassland, lifting both legs on one side at a time in her distinctive swaying gait. Each stride carries the softness of the wind and the dignity of the earth. Her shadow stretches into the sunset, like a bridge between the high sky and the deep ground. One quiet morning, Nalia prepares to give birth. She stands still, her neck trembling slightly. Then, in an instant, a tiny life drops from a height of 2 meters. That first fall opens the journey of survival. In the whisper of the wind, new life gently stirs. Nalia's calf trembles as it rises to its feet. Fragile legs, but bright eyes. Nalia lowers her head, gently touching her baby with her warm muzzle. No words are needed, only breath and care. On the Savanna, standing up is life's very first lesson. Danger comes early. Lions and hyenas lurk in the grass, eyes fixed on the calf. Nalia pivots, bends her legs, then delivers a powerful kick. Dust erupts, and the hyenas fall back. In this ruthless land, motherhood remains the strongest shield. Every time she lowers herself to drink is a test. Nalia knows that this posture leaves her vulnerable. Her ears keep listening. Her eyes keep scanning. At the slightest unfamiliar sound, she lifts her head at once. Vigilance is the instinct that has carried her and her herd through countless generations. The calf grows, learning from its mother. It learns the scent of predators, learns how to stay silent when the wind shifts. Nalia teaches through action, not calls. In this world, silence is the language of survival, and courage is taught through care. The scorching sun pours over the Luangwa Valley, burning even the once lush canopies. The ground splits open, and the air carries the scent of thirst and red dust. Nalia leads the herd, quietly leaving the depleted land. Beneath the dry, blazing sky, they set out, carrying hope of finding water again and the breath of life. Before them, the Luangwa River appears calm, yet danger lies beneath. Nalia and the herd step in first, water rising to their chests, swirling around their tall bodies. Dark shapes shift quietly below the surface, waves blending with the heartbeat of the Savanna. On that fragile boundary of life, they move forward without hesitation. And then, after all the effort, the herd reaches safety, their breaths blending with the wind, carrying a rhythm of life, newly reborn. Beneath gentle sunlight, the mud on their tall bodies slowly dries, revealing radiant shades of gold. Nalia slows her pace, lifting her gaze toward the distance, where the Luangwa plains open into the green of life and hope. Ahead, a new plain unfolds, carpeted with fresh grass and bathed in golden sunlight. Nalia and her companions stride into the peaceful expanse, their necks lifted to the wind. After a journey filled with trials, they return to the familiar rhythm of the savanna, where every step affirms the strength and resilience of life. When Nalia feeds on the high canopy, sunlight slips through the gaps in the branches and reaches the ground. Grass and young plants below are nourished. Every leaf she touches opens space for other life to grow. The savanna endures thanks to quiet beings like her. Wherever Nalia passes, everything changes. Low shrubs rise in her shade. Birds and bees arrive. A single individual, yet influencing an entire ecosystem. She is a keeper of rhythm, shaping balance among countless small streams of life. Nalia stands still in the wind. Her neck tilts, eyes closed, breath steady. The quiet around her spreads across the plain. Not because she is large, but because her presence allows the savanna to settle. Peace is nature's true strength. The wind shifts, carrying an unfamiliar scent that makes Nalia pause. Her ears flick softly, her eyes turn toward the golden grass trembling in the breeze. Far on the horizon, a few golden shapes slip through the sunlight, moving slowly like shadows of the earth. Above, vultures circle, their calls drifting faintly through the quiet air. A soft sound stirs the grassland. From the veil of dust, a lion bursts forward, sunlight flashing across its golden coat. Nalia pivots and launches into long strides toward the distance. Each step becomes the pulse of survival, where speed and composure define the line between safety and peril. With a calm strength nurtured by earth and wind, Nalia keeps her stride steady as red dust rises around her. Every running step carries unyielding resolve, merging with the breath of the savanna. Nalia overcomes the trial not through force, but through courage and trust in life. Crimson sunset washes over the savanna. Nalia stands in the last light, watching her grown calf run ahead. The wind passes along her neck, carrying the breath of a new generation. In the evening glow, she becomes an immortal silhouette of Luangwa's sky. Nalia is the soul of Luangwa, the bridge between earth and sky. She teaches us that reaching higher is not about leaving, but about embracing the world. Protecting her, protecting giraffes, means preserving one of the gentlest beauties of our earth. Hyenas and the art of clan coordination. The savanna morning feels strangely quiet. Only golden grass sways gently with the rhythm of the wind, as if hiding something. Within that silence, a small shadow slips through, fleeting yet determined. No roar, no display of power, yet its presence shifts the rhythm of the plains, as though a secret has just been revealed. That creature carries a familiar shape, yet its reputation is full of contradictions. It has long been seen as a latecomer, living off what others leave behind. But the savanna has never been that simple. Beneath those dark spots lies a sharp intelligence, a tightly bonded society, and a survival instinct that makes many species wary. Its eyes shine with quiet calculation, while its hunched gait conceals a confidence that's hard to explain. This is not just a misunderstood creature. This is one of the savanna's most enigmatic strategists, and its story is only just beginning. With a bite force powerful enough to crush bone in an instant, spotted hyenas unlock energy sources that few predators can access. When food grows scarce on the savanna, what seems like leftovers becomes a valuable resource. This variability is what keeps them standing through the harsh season. Behind that unassuming gait lies a mind that makes even renowned predators think twice. They remember relationships within the clan, assess situations, and shift tactics in just a few breaths. The savanna, therefore, is not only an arena of strength, but also a place where intelligence decides the outcome. The echoing laughter of hyenas carries no joy. It is a finely coded language, transmitting information about danger, prey location, and even attack strategy through pitch and rhythm alone. Across the vast savanna, every tone becomes a precise signal, helping the entire clan identify the weakest target, detect approaching threats, and coordinate their survival. Amid grass still holding traces of morning dew, a female wildebeest sinks to the ground, her body trembling as labor begins. The newborn drops onto the earth, wrapped in a thin membrane, fragile legs struggling to find footing. It is the most vulnerable moment for every life on the savanna, when survival and danger are separated by a single breath of wind. From afar, A broken laugh echoes, not joy, but a precise message that a target is vulnerable. The hyenas lift their heads, ears turning with the wind, catching the fresh scent of afterbirth. They understand the moment has arrived. Low, slow, calculated steps begin to close in. The mother wildebeest staggers to her feet, licking away the membrane from her newborn to trigger its first breath. Every second matters. At the edge of the grassland, the silhouettes of hyenas emerge in the pale light. A race begins between maternal instinct and hunting instinct, where a single moment of delay can decide fate. The newborn manages just one unsteady step when a hyena shadow bursts from the low grass. No roar, only the cold focus of a nocturnal hunter. The mother wildebeest instantly pivots to shield her calf, head lowered, breath racing. The entire savanna seems to hold its breath, waiting to see which instinct will prevail. The hyenas split apart, forming two angles to compress the space. A familiar tactic unfolds with relentless patience. One hyena manages to brush the calf's flank, but the mother wildebeest surges forward, ramming it hard. Inside the tightening circle, maternal instinct proves stronger than any fear. The hyena clan leaves the area, neither hurried nor disappointed. They move in a loose line, always keeping just enough distance to watch one another. Across the grassland, they read the wind, searching for signs of a new opportunity. For hyenas, the savanna never truly runs out of food, as long as they are patient enough to wait for the right moment. Even deep wounds rarely bring hyenas down. Their powerful immune systems and extraordinary endurance help them overcome trials that force many species to give up. On the savanna, they are like warriors who never stop. When the first sunlight touches the golden grass, the hyena clan moves like a seamless current. They sniff, observe, and decode the lingering scent trails of the morning, rereading the story that dawnlight has just written across the savanna. On every blade of grass lies the clan's scent marks. They record location, mood, and direction. No complex words are needed, just a single breath to understand what matters. It is a silent yet powerful form of communication, keeping the clan united with every step. And from those very scent marks, they also locate food. Patches of fresher grass and the rare shrubs that retain a hint of green each carry their own signature aroma. With a simple dip of the head and a soft snort, they know where nutrients remain. When vegetation fades, that same nose guides them even to the scent of carrion, where scraps of meat can help them endure hard times. The wind shifts, carrying an unfamiliar scent, warm and inviting. The hyena clan pauses, each nose drawing in a quiet, deep breath. It is the sign of a meal that has appeared somewhere nearby. They glance at one another, eyes lighting up with hope. In this harsh land, finding such a source of food is always a rare gift. As they move closer, the familiar scent suddenly fades. Out on the open grassland, there is no meal at all. A lion stands there, weary after a failed hunt, and the rich smell the hyena clan followed is nothing more than traces lingering on the blades of grass. Sensing the opportunity, the hyena clan immediately shifts its focus. With no meal in sight, they turn their attention to the very source of that scent. The lion, fresh from a failed hunt, breathes heavily and moves with noticeably slower steps. One by one, the hyena silhouettes spread into a cautious arc, watching and closing in. Facing the tightening circle, the lion slows to a stop, ears swiveling constantly to track every movement. It no longer has the energy for a prolonged confrontation, yet instinct keeps it standing its ground. The hyenas probe cautiously, stepping forward then back, waiting for a moment of weakness. On the windless grassland, tension rises with every breath. Just as it seems the lion is about to collapse under the tightening circle, a distant roar answers back. Another lion appears, charging toward the standoff with steady resolve. The hyena clan freezes at once, their fragile advantage dissolving. They slowly retreat, then slip away in silence, leaving behind an unfinished confrontation on the grassland. The encounter fades, and the savanna returns to its familiar, quiet rhythm. The hyena clan moves on, listening for distant sounds to guide their path. In this vast land, peace is always fragile, waiting for the smallest trigger to turn into chaos. They veer across a low, grassy rise where the wind carries the scent of the approaching night. The sky slowly turns violet, and scattered calls of the savanna drift back like familiar fragments. The hyena clan walks without haste. They understand that each passing day brings a new lesson in patience, in adaptability, and in the art of surviving within this ever-changing land. Intelligence allows hyenas to cooperate, to choose the right moment, and to harness the power of unity. Every individual, small or large, is an essential part of the vast symphony that unfolds each day across the savanna. Crocodile, architect of the swamp. When a new day begins over the ancient wetlands, the still water reflects the misty sky. From beneath the mud, a body slowly emerges. No sound, no haste. Since the age of dinosaurs, this species has existed. Crocodiles, creatures that carry the memory of the planet. They lie still, their bodies blending with the earth. On the surface, they seem motionless, but inside lies hidden power. Through millions of years, as countless species came and disappeared, crocodiles have remained, a testament that nature keeps only what knows how to adapt. Before humans appeared, they were already swimming in the world's first rivers. When forests were still untamed and rain still pristine, that silhouette moved quietly between water and mist. Crocodiles are living fragments of natural history. Nature did not change them because there was no need to. Long bodies, powerful tails, steel-thick skin, and eyes that reflect time. Every detail of their bodies is perfected for survival. That is why crocodiles have endured through every era. The early sunlight falls on their rough scales, each bony plate absorbing warmth, sending life into the blood. For crocodiles, the sun is the energy that sustains the heartbeat. Earth, water, and light merge into a single whole. Beneath the surface, the world grows strangely silent. Each breath escapes slowly and deeply, like the heartbeat of the earth. There, the ruler watches the world. No need to prove anything, only to live true to its nature. Hidden just beneath the surface, the crocodile exposes only its eyes and nostrils, silently observing the world above. When the moment arrives, it drives itself upward with a powerful sweep of its tail, its entire body bursting from the water at speeds of over 30 kilometers per hour. Its jaws snap shut in less than 50 milliseconds, delivering a force exceeding 3,700 psi. Possessing such extraordinary abilities affirms the remarkable power of nature, not brutality. In that slow turning cycle, water and creature merge like an ancient dance of survival. Every movement is a testament to the elegance and harmony of life. The crocodile's eyes are instruments of darkness. Every movement, large or small, on the water's surface is reflected through the light-reflective layer in their eyes. Because of this, they can see clearly at night, where most other creatures perceive only shadows. A crocodile's skin is true armor. Beneath the scales lies a network of small bones that both protect and retain heat. When basking in the sun, their bodies absorb energy and store it within each plate of skin. That design allows them to survive even in the harshest environments. Despite their heavy bodies, crocodiles are remarkably agile. The tail makes up half their length, serving as a powerful paddle in the water. 4 sturdy legs allow them to move swiftly across mud and climb steep banks, a structure perfectly designed for both worlds. Inside their tough skin lies a rare 4-chambered heart for a reptile. It allows blood to circulate efficiently, enabling the body to dive for hours while still maintaining sufficient oxygen. In silence, life continues to operate with remarkable strength. Crocodiles do not live by instinct alone. They remember where prey once appeared, when birds migrate, and the locations of former water channels. That memory is the key to survival. Nature grants them the intelligence to adapt and never forget where they once belonged. During the rainy season, when the waters rise, the female crocodile builds a nest from dry leaves and mud. Inside, dozens of eggs are carefully arranged. She guards them for many weeks, patient and steadfast, like the river that nourishes the land. As the sun climbs higher and heat spreads across the riverbank, opportunists begin to stir. On the parched ground, a giant monitor lizard appears, its body pressed low, each step slow but deliberate. The scent of fresh eggs drifts through the air, guiding it toward a crocodile nest hidden beneath a thin layer of sand. With its powerful claws, it begins to dig, each sweep sending golden sand flying in the sunlight. Instinct tells it that a treasure of life lies just beneath its feet. And then, in a moment, the white eggs are revealed. For the one faster in the race for survival, this is nature's reward, granted not through strength, but through patience and opportunity. The luckier eggs lie deeper, sheltered from greedy claws. There, life continues quietly. The temperature inside the nest determines the hatchling's sex. Below 30 degrees, they become female. Above 33 degrees, they become male. A perfect mechanism programmed by nature millions of years ago, ensuring that every new generation helps keep the flow of life in balance. The first lessons come from their mother. The hatchlings learn how to hide, how to hold their breath, and how to wait. Every unfamiliar sound is a signal of danger. In the world of the wetlands, silence is the only language that leads to survival. The tiny hatchlings gradually leave the old nest, their bodies still fragile, but their eyes already bright and alert. They drift gently across the water's surface, hiding beneath reeds, listening to every sound of their new world. Every movement is cautious. Every breath is a first lesson in survival, where instinct begins to replace guidance. As they grow older, they leave their mother and live alone in the vast waters. Each day brings a new trial, from raging storms to the chill of the dry season. Every scar, every narrow escape carves deep the lessons of survival that only nature can teach. After many years, crocodiles reach massive sizes, weighing hundreds of kilograms and growing over 3 meters long. Their jaws hold more than 60 sharp teeth, arranged like blades, and they can regenerate throughout their lives, replacing them over 2,000 times during a single lifetime. Upon reaching adulthood, crocodiles claim their own territory. A clash between two males makes the water tremble. Roars echo like thunder, spray exploding across the surface. The loser retreats. The victor takes possession of waters rich in fish and perfect sunlight. At the top of the food chain, crocodiles are symbols of balance. Every hunt is part of nature's order. When crocodile numbers decline, the water turns murky, grasses wither, and other creatures lose their habitats. Though often seen as fearsome, crocodiles are guardians of the wetlands. They clear away decaying food, preventing disease from spreading. Every breath they take is part of the land's heartbeat. In silence, they are protecting life. They eat fish, turtles, birds, and small mammals, but rarely attack without reason. Crocodiles hunt only when necessary. In the natural world, strength is not meant to destroy, but to maintain order. The truly powerful are those who know when to stop. Crocodiles have survived every upheaval of the earth. When dinosaurs vanished, they remained. No need to change, only to adapt. That resilience is the secret that makes them among the most enduring creatures on the planet. Crocodile blood contains special antibodies that help wounds heal rapidly. Scientists believe this mechanism could one day save human lives. From what seems like ruthless brutality, nature hides within it a power of healing. Dusk settles over the wetlands. The crocodile sinks back into the water, leaving the lake calm and still. Time moves on. Humans change, but they remain. In a world of constant upheaval, the crocodile's quiet presence reminds us that simply enduring is also a form of victory.